To start a new drawing, click this drop down arrow and click new. And I'm gonna use AutoCAD 3D template for metric units since I'm using millimeters, and click open. Just gonna adjust my window to allocate a space for my reference drawing, and also work on parallel projection by clicking this drop down arrow and select parallel. And I'm going to change the direction of my Z coordinates or Z axis vector to specify the height or depth of objects relative to the XY plane. So go to coordinates, inside the ribbon, inside the coordinates panel, select Z, click anywhere on the screen, and make sure to turn on your ortho mode and point it to that direction, or maybe to this direction. Alright, and just turn off the grid. And also, what else? I'm just gonna bring this closer. This time I'm gonna use solid primitives, which is inside the modeling panel. So if you click this one, these are the choices here. But this time I'm gonna use cylinder. So cylinder, click anywhere on the screen, type D for diameter option, and the diameter is 12.5 and the depth is 13.3. So enter 13.3. Just gonna zoom extent and change this to X-ray so it will be easier to visualize. So this is the one here. So this is the diameter and this is the depth. Alright, so another cylinder. Snap the center, type D for diameter option, and enter 8.19. And the depth is 5.25, as shown here. Alright, and the next one, the diameter for this one, for the thread, is 12. And the depth is 62.63. So again, cylinder, snap the center, type D for diameter option, enter 12, and enter. And the height is 62.63. Alright, and the next one, which is this one here, has a diameter of 8.45 and the depth is 14.26. So cylinder again, snap the center, type D for diameter option, enter, and enter 8.45 and enter 14.26 for the height. And enter. The next one is this one here, and the diameter for that is this one here. So 6.14. So right click to repeat cylinder, snap the center, type D for diameter option, and enter 6.14. And the depth for that is 2.15. The next one, so just right click, repeat cylinder, snap the center, D, enter, and enter 8.45 for diameter. And the height for that is, or depth is 4.1. Alright, so I'm just going to change this to shaded with edges. So this is how it looks. I'm just going to recheck the total height just to make sure that I don't make a mistake. And the total here is 101.69. So type DI for distance. Right click to enter. Snap the center and snap the center here. So it says it indicates 101.69. So we're good. All right. And the next step I'm gonna do is create the thread. For the thread, I'm just gonna use this portion. So hide the remaining objects. Hover over isolate. Right click, hover over isolate, and select hide objects. Now hold down the shift key and the wheel of your mouse to change the view that you want. And change this one to X-ray. And I'm going to use Helix. Inside the draw panel, click this drop down arrow and select Helix. Snap the center. And as you can see, the first end of the helix, or the first circle, is not parallel to the direction of the cylinder. So again, Z inside the coordinates panel, click anywhere on the screen and point it to the direction parallel to the direction of the helix. All right. So helix again. Snap the center. And if you can see here, if you check the command window, AutoCAD is asking you for base radius, which is 6, or base diameter. And as you know, the diameter for this face is 12. So you can also enter 6 or just snap the quadrant here. And for the top radius, the radius here at the end point is also 6. So just enter 6. So just press enter. And for the turn height, click this option here, turn height, inside the command window. And for the turn height is the pitch, which is 1.75 as shown here. Check the reference drawing and enter 1.75. And for the axis endpoint, it should be this endpoint here. But I want this one to be over that end, and I'll explain it to you later why. So from there, just let it over a little bit here. And now bring this drawing to front view. And click this one, and the quick property will show up. Click this CCW, which is counterclockwise. Click that. Click this arrow and select clockwise. And close. All right. Now I'm gonna draw this polygon. So I'm gonna use this one to sweep. So line, click anywhere and enter 0.65. Just gonna bring this closer, which is this one here. And the height is 0.88. So line again from midpoint. Enter 0.88. Another line, so L for line. And first change this to polar tracking instead of ortho mode. Line, click the endpoint. Move it above, like about 75.5 degrees above the x-axis. So just press 1 or 2 for the length of the line, and quickly hit the tab key in your keyboard and enter 75.5 for angle and enter. Now I'm just gonna mirror this one. Specify first point of mirror line, hit the midpoint, go upward, make sure it's straight, click anywhere here and select no. Now I'm gonna draw a line straight to that from the tip here across, and trim. So TR for trim command, enter twice. Just trim those and remove that. I'm going to join the segment. So J for join command, right click to enter and select the whole thing. Now this is one object. Now I'm going to move this one from endpoint to the endpoint of the helix. Hard to tell where the endpoint is, so what I'm gonna do is hide the cylinder. So hover over isolate and select hide objects. So attach this one, move, click the endpoint and attach it to the endpoint of the Helix. And make sure the wider end should be upward. And if you check this one from the right view, you can tell that this is perpendicular to the endpoint of the Helix. So if not, just use 3D rotate or 2D rotate and make sure that the endpoint here is touching the endpoint. Use sweep command. So sweep command, inside the modeling panel, select the object you want to sweep, right click, enter, and go down to the command window and select base point here, one of the options, base point. This should be the base point, and go back to the command window again and select alignment and select no. And select the path, which is the Helix. Alright, so now I'm going to bring back my hidden object. So just right click anywhere, hover over isolate and select an object isolation. I'm just going to change this to maybe shaded with edges. Alright, now I'm going to use subtract command. So inside the solid editing panel, select subtract command, select the cylinder, right click and select the Helix to subtract. There you go. So I'm going to show you why I extended this one here, the Helix, over the edge or the midpoint of this cylinder. I'm just going to show you an example here. So I'm just going to turn on this one. All right. So this is just another layer. So this is what happened if I just put it up to this edge. See this one here? So it's not smooth. It has to be cut all the way down compared to this one. See the end there? And this one here. So it's clean. Anyway, now I'm gonna erase that. And I think, so I'm just gonna union the objects. So inside the solid editing panel, union the objects and change this to realistic. I have to so bring this to top view, poke a hole through this area here, this one. See this hole here. So circle. So C for circle, specify center point of circle. So I'm gonna use press the shift key, right click and select mid between 2 points. So I'm just gonna use this quadrant here, right click again, quadrant. So quadrant to quadrant, right click again and quadrant. There you go. And type D for diameter option, enter, and enter 5.58. All right, and extrude this one. So inside the modeling panel, select extrude command, select the object, extrude it downward, and subtract from this object. Right click and select this object you want to use to subtract. Now finally we're done. So thanks for watching. See you again.